teams have got 10 minutes to out-execute each other. It is pressure time in the Basketball Africa League.
IK's come on, as you can see. Usher, you hear anything from the timeouts, from the coaches?
Yes, listening into Coach Ogo, he wants them to continue to put pressure on the ball every time as Douanes are in possession.
Yeah, I think that's they have to. Oyabanji trying to get a shot in down in the corner, and Boissy running away as he made contact. He's very frustrated there. He was going for a three-point shot.
Very frustrated, and Boissy is, again, he's one of the most animated guys when it comes to calls on the floor, and especially with the home crowd is here, and he picks up a technical foul on the contest. Looks like he got a piece. And it's that reaction just after that warrants the technical foul.
Talking with Jan Davison of Madagascar just to settle the scores, and he goes straight to the free throw line. Oyabanji, the 22-year-old, call him Musti. That's his nickname.
I think they also called the contact on the side, and now Oyabanji shoots the technical foul, and he gets 3 free throws as well.
And it's a big time for them to, you know, concede such a big play. Now he's got to make sure that he's shooting well from the line.
Potentially, again, that was going to be a 4-point play and would have taken the lead up a little bit further away from PS Douanes. It's a good way to kickstart an offense if you make the free throws under pressure. And right now, Oyabanji missed 2 of his last 3.
$43 points to 40. PS Douanes bench there. Boissy goes off. Al-Khaliandor comes on. Haruna, Diakite, Fofana down in the corner. Haruna goes for a 3. Oh, bring it on. Scorching hot shooting from Haruna.
And he comes alive in the fourth quarter. Could be danger time for the Rivers Hoopers. Haruna, lethal from downtown.
This is going to the wire. Amayo. IK going to come across and provide his teammate with the screen. It's a big three-pointer. Wow! That was from the suburbs from Amayo.
That is crazy confidence from Amayo, but he makes it count as he knocks down that three-pointer as well.
How deep was that? Flung out. Tomato picks up possession. Tries to find, he's trying to float it over the top, but there's no one there for the rebound. Picked up by Eke.
6th rebound from Eke. He's trying to keep in the game, trying to stay active.
Amayo on the prowl. Long three-point shots. Amayo goes up for his own in the corner as well. Anaye's come on. Here he is up against Njor.
It'll be interesting with Will Perry off the floor to see how they run the offense.
That's a wonder. The attempt at a floater from Fofana. And there is a catch. Fofana gets it back down into the corner. Shot clock down to 8. Goes out of play. They'll get possession back. Sure, have you got a thermometer on you at the moment, you know, because I get the impression that temperature's dropped a little bit.
Yes.
All we're waiting for is AS Douanes to, you know, get points, because we know what will happen when they get some big points.
Yeah, there's frustration there from Papi Gaye. He wants them to play with more intensity, because with the Rivers Hoopers in proper Nigerian style, they're bringing their A game here. They know they want to leave everything on the court, and AS Douanes a bit complacent in that last 2 minutes, but they'll pick it up from there.
Over the top it goes, but it doesn't go in. There's another moment of frustration. The scoring is not happening at the moment unless Haruna gets hold of it. That's gone back to their own half. You can't touch that. You can hang around. Eke pinches it, tries to go up, and the foul has been committed there by Fofana.
Almost unbelievable sequence for AS Douanes. First of all, the turnover that gets the ball into the half court, and then you look at the heads-up play from Eke. He did superb work to pick up the steal and draw the foul from Fofana.
And they go straight to free throw line with Douanes Eke, who's trying to increase his 4-point tally.
Right. Last time out, had 31 points against the AS Douanes team. He's also got a national team high of 31 points for the Nigerian national team against Cote d'Ivoire, against Cabo Verde. But we have not seen the best of Douanes Eke's offense in this one. Tale of two different stories when it's been in the two different games.
80% to 67. 7:16 left. Toma goes for three. Off the front of the rim, picked up by Undur. Marat into the paint. Diakite can't get it anywhere near it. That's good defensive play there from Eke. Battles to get hold of it. It's been picked up. Oh no, it's been picked up. Gone into the hands of Amayo, and they get to go again.
And there's another foul call. Oh, no, not a foul call. It's 20 seconds. They're making sure that the clock is reset to 20 seconds.
Timeout's been called, 46-43. It's the Hoopers who have just edged ahead against the home team. AS Douanes will be back. Welcome back to the Dakar Arena. We have reached that very frantic time where we will find out who will walk away as the winners. 6:55 left in the fourth quarter. 3 points separating these two Team Rivers Hoopers. AS Douanes, Lol Deng's in the house with his brother, and we've got lots of stars here tonight. Very much watching this wonderful affair that is the Basketball Africa League.
Well, talking about the royalty, Robbie, you are here courtside with Q and myself. That's enough basketball royalty.
Oh, listen to you. Thank you. There's the queen from the east who's come for the west, hanging out here in Senegal, all the way from the eastern parts of Africa.
Yes, as an African by nationality, very proud to be here at the BAL, a showcase of culture, fashion, and talent.
You represent fashion as well.
I think that's a fair point.
All right, I can get away with saying that, right? Here we go. It's Amayo with Eke, Olasemeka. And we got Johnson Anaye, who's on the court, who's on the floor, and
Kickball violation.
Yeah.
Get a shot clock reset.
They're putting pressure. They're not giving them much space to try and get those shots in. This is good from AS Douanes. They're locking them down. Almayo gets it in to the hands of Olasemeka. Oh, that's a lovely little touch. Wonderfully done. And finally, Eke gets some important points. He's up to 6 now.
With the pressure they're putting on Perry, it allows Amayo to play playmaker. If he gets a good fine, but excellent work from Eke to tap that in.
Here's Toma. Toma to Diakite. Watch Olasemeka. Tries to deal with him, but Diakite masters the air and goes over the top.
That close with that trusty left hand, he is difficult to stop inside the paint.
Into double figures he goes, 10 points, nicely done. Oh, he's under pressure. That's, well, I thought that was a foul, but he just couldn't get up there. Alkali and Dor doing the business on Olasemeka on that occasion. Long ball, fast and furious, picked up by Endor. Picked out by Haruna. Haruna has his 3 points and it doesn't go in. The fans are starting to come off their seat when they see that AS Douanes are pushing forward. It's a 3-point game.
It's pressure time for both teams, and the crowd really is locked into this one, as are we.
Picked up by Endor once again. Haruna, oh, there's a little touch with Rivers Hoopers. A little slack in the way that they just managed to try and pass the ball up there. Just not being vigilant enough. Amayo has the ball in his hands, and he's up against that man, Muda. Into Will Perry's possession. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Goes alone. flips it back out to Ike. Ike, well, there's a bit of a mismatch there up against Al-Khali Ndour, but he doesn't manage to find his way through.
No, that's another great defensive possession for AS Douanes. They forced the turnover on the Ike drive.
Toma Diakite, nicely done, off the glass. That is enough to get the fans off their seats.
They're utilizing his services inside the paint, and he's come alive. Adama Diakite, back-to-back scores. And what he has done is he's gotten this Dakar arena involved in the game. And you look at the physical presence inside and the finesse on the finish.
Yeah, wonderful timing, wonderful touch. The patience, you know, when you're big, you've got to be patient, but you've also got to use your body, your strength. That was top quality stuff in the paint from the big man, Diakite.
Up to 12 points. What he has been able to do is force a timeout here on the floor. And they're going to have to plan around big Adama Diakite.
4:34 left to play. So we're going to the wire with this one. It looks like, you know, and we've had some very tight encounters here in the Sahara Conference, which tees it up beautifully for the final weekend. Usher, we're coming over to you.
Yes, listening to Coach Ogo, he wants them to play with more intensity. It's a one-point game with 4 minutes, 34 seconds to go, but also for Kevin Amayo to drive into that pen, get a couple of fouls on his body, go to the free throw line, or foul and basket, whatever. But he wants them to just drop in there. But for David Eke, he wants him to try out those three-pointers.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense. Need to hit some shots from downtown and out west, down in the corners, you know, release him. But this man has been sensational, must admit. Diakite.
Come alive. He has struggled throughout the game, 27% from the field, but the only stat that matters are the last two. And it's also been quite a struggle for Amayo, who's 3 of 13 from the field. 10 of those shots have come from three-point land.
That's a good pass into the paint. It comes back out. There's an opportunity for Perry. Perry goes up. It gets blocked. It gets thwarted. His attempt to try and loop one over the top. They've sussed him out a little bit, Will Perry.
And Ndour, credit him. That's great individual defense.
Diakite in the paint. Waits for his time to rise up. Can't do it just yet. Toma, oh my word, get out of there.
Absolutely cleaned out by Olisameka. There was some extra anger in that block.
Olisameka is playing his best game so far here in the Sahara Conference on both sides of the court, but defensively he'll be very important as the man who can match up to Ibrahima Thomas and Adama Diakite. Ike, the 16-year-old, is back on the court to provide him with more support in the paint.
Yeah, another big, of course, but Olisameka, he's on 16 rebounds. Long shot going in, made save Perry at the back, and he's scored 14 points. Top scorer for Rivers Hoopers.
He's having a fantastic game inside the paint, Olisameka.
Amayo. Shot clock down to 8. Well, they're finding it. That's nicely done. Olisameka goes high over the top, but another rebound for Diakite.
They try to move against the zone where they're trapping in the corners, and they get a look, and that is a lack of concentration as the ball goes out.
Al-Khali Ndour trying to get the ball into the hands of Ibrahima Toma, one of the big boys on the floor at the moment for AS Douanes. Unsuccessful search and find. Turnovers. We're all square at 18 each.
And that one probably hurt the most, trying to find big Adama Diakite inside.
Amayo, Eke. Down into the corner. Perry. Oh, Perry slips over as he tries to go down. Baseline. Ndour picks it up. Haruna. The three-point Haruna score that sends the fans into raptures.
Absolute long-range assassin. Haruna, supremely confident, big-time shot.
The Phoenix has air underneath his wings. They've stolen the ball again. But there's a foul.
Wow, that is ice in your veins. If ever you've seen it, this cool, calm, and collected Haruna hits the three. 2-point lead for AS Douanes.
4 fouls for Haruna. It's the kind of This is the time that they need him on the floor. He can do that. He can do absolutely anything. 13 points for the player from Niger.
14 fouls. AS Douanes. Rivers Hoopers don't have any fouls yet in this fourth and final quarter.
Yeah, they've been very disciplined. Just like Usher, she's quite disciplined today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying, but at some point I may end up with the dancers over there in the corner.
Won't be the first time.
I'll not make any promises for now.
You've got the moves, you've got the grooves, Usher Kubagisha.
There you go.
Well, it's just not the right pass, is it? Oh, he's just lost possession, but Ndor picks it up. Surely not. A three-pointer for Toma. Doesn't get it. The tip, but look at that from Madden. Right place, right time. And now they move 3 points ahead.
That is, again, a great follow-up, put back. I do doing a great job on the finish.
4 points ahead, sorry. There we go. It's floated over the top. Doesn't go. Rivers Hoopers under a bit of pressure now. Just over 2 minutes to go. Will Perry goes for a big three. Made safe by Toma. Toma to the rescue defensively.
Lots of pressure now on the Hoopers and on AS Douanes. You know what they say about pressure. It either bursts pipes or builds diamonds.
So Sameka just making a foul there, of course, just to stop the clock, which is a smart move. 1:54. You know that every second counts now. Every single second. I can't even see you now, Usher. There's a sea of AS Douanes supporters that you are doing. I don't know. I think it might be the front crawl at the moment.
This is the typical Teranga spirit. The Senegalese, they love their sports. They love their basketball. They're here to support AS Douanes by all means. And now they know that the game is very close. Anything could happen. And the support that they provide the players will come in handy.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed.
It's so difficult to keep the crowd out of the game, out of your mind as a player, but you have to focus in and focus on just executing the simple things on the floor. The Rivers Hoopers have not been great in the last couple of possessions, and I'm pretty sure that Coach Oga Odadu right now emphasizing taking care of the little things, making sure that they take care of the basketball, especially for the last final 1:54.
Let's have a look at some of the numbers here, Q. Sameka with a double-double, outstanding today, but it won't matter if they lose.
17 rebounds is a great number. He's been present for 14 points and 6 of 12 shots. But that man, Madud, 17 points. We saw the putback and the 8 rebounds and a single assist. And it has been a paint-filled battle. Both teams pulverizing the paint where they can.
Nadej gets the ball rolling once again. Haruna with 4 fouls, of course, 13 points at the moment. And there's a foul. It's a traveling call. Wow.
Wow.
And that is not good for... that's very, very frustrating. He's moving his feet. Thomas is at fault there. So although they had the eyes on the hassle there between Haruna, we were looking at that at the same time. Shifting feet, shifting sands, shifting times.
What a great call.
Eke, Amayo, Eke for 3. Safe as houses. Well, Thomas rebounding a big time. Vitally for AS Douanes.
Cheering every rebound, cheering every miss. Right now, the atmosphere electric in the Dakar arena.
Yeah, and there's and every play is key. Every play is vital, and you know the Rivers Hoopers will try and use the time preciously. They get possession.
Well, talking about the Rivers Hoopers, many times during practice, Kelvin Amayo has tried to score from all the way through the halfway line, and you have Will Perry, you have Divine Eke, who can do the job. But also in the paint, you have Sameka and John Wilkins, who are alert and ready to do the job.
Yeah, Peter Sameka, he's a former AS Salé player before the BAL began, of course, a handful of years ago, but, played in the Eurobasket in Bulgaria and Romania as well. He's 32.
And he was the league's all-defensive player of the year in Bulgaria. He is a solid defensive presence. So 28, that's Adama Diakite, I think, who's going to pick up the foul on the inside.
Well, that puts AS Douanes in foul trouble, and going forward for the remaining 1 minute and 12 seconds, if they foul AS Douanes, the Rivers Hoopers will have to go to the charity line.
Yeah, and look how many they've got. Actually, they've only got one foul, so they're in a pretty good place, but they need to haul themselves back into this game if they want to win it, and they can with this man, Perry. He's just a player you don't bet against from anywhere.
Not from the free throw line. I told you, 90% career free throw shooter in the BAL-Africa League. He is cool and calm under pressure.
Metronomic Will Perry. It's a 2-point game. We got 1:10 remaining here as AS Douanes needs a score on each phase of play, especially this one. Wasi. Catch goes driving through, has the ball taken out of his hands, and there's no foul at all. Eke. Oh, let's wait a second before we make that statement, but no, it looks like...
I think this is the coach's challenge, a replay. We've seen that these challenges can change the possession arrow, and this is another big moment in this one.
Wow, this is... again, going to the wire. 55.6 seconds remaining.
A lot of calls have gone in favor of Rivers Hoopers. The momentum shifted just a little bit. You have a look at the touch that comes in from Eke, and maybe a case.
Such a close call, isn't it? Such a close call.
Well, it could potentially be AS Douanes basketball.
No,
it looked like it was tapped out by Eke.
Eke made contact with the ball. It went out of his hands. That normally means that AS Douanes will pick up possession. But, you know, we'll leave it to the pros. They know what they're doing. Usher's over there. She's on top of it. She'll give us the verdicts when it comes through.
I'm spying. I'll give you an update.
Good. Well, how about this? I mean, Rivers Hoopers 3 from 3, 2 points behind AS Douanes. AS Douanes, of course, they did manage to pick up one win against US Monastir. Otherwise, they've lost their other 2 games. If they can go into 2-2, that'll put them in a very good position going into the final weekend.
And while we're adding to this algorithm and to this equation, is 68-77 was the score. So that plus 11 differential in the head-to-head between the 2 teams, something that must be kept an eye on. You have to keep an eye on that differential.
Yeah, you keep on mentioning that, Q.
I do.
Which is very important.
Because it's important.
12 points, 3 rebounds. Diakite, you know, nuisance in the paint for the Rivers Hoopers. Kingsmen have found it difficult to deal with. Even Olasameka has found himself conceding to the big man and his marvelous work.
Right, he's had to play the role because of the injury to Obekpa. He's going to play big minutes and providing the production required and expected. And we've seen him go for 30 in this arena before.
And we're going to go to Usher.
Well, there you go. It is AS Douanes that were the last to touch the ball, and ball possession goes to Rivers Hoopers.
There we go. That's the call. That's what it is. And it is that man, Akesh Madut, who is unable to get the possession. It's 50 points, 52. AS Douanes lead, 52 seconds remaining. All to play for. Where's this going to go? Amayo picks it up. Perry takes over. Wilkins for 3. Off the glass. Doesn't manage to fall. The rebound. And he's gone down. Olasameka under the pressure from Diakite. Bit of contact there. And we know that he's going to go straight to the free throw line.
Well, that is nervy moments for both teams. That is a great pickup by Olasameka under a lot of pressure. He gets fouled hard by Ndor, but it's the offensive rebound. That's a big, big pickup. Now he's got to make some pressure shots.
Perfect first. This is to square it all up at 52 points each. Olusemeka to move to 16 points, and he does. And we are all level, 39 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. The home team.
32 years old, Olusemeka leans on all his experience, makes those two big shots.
Where are we going with this? Overtime once again, we will see. Or will it be AS Douanes who managed to get that man Haruna into a position? Needs to take a shot. Well, he's been fouled. He's been fouled in the corner. And look, Amayo's picking up the foul, I think, which is his fourth. But more importantly, he goes straight to the free throw line and he will shoot. Now, he'll get two shots.
Absolutely, excellent work. You know, sells the fake, gets Amayo in the air, gets right into the body, and he uses his guile to get an opportunity at the free throw line.
The first one's good. How cool was that? I mean, the pressure cooker situation. Oh my.
There are no stats when it comes to the free throw line now. You just got to step up and make big shots.
Second is good as well. Haruna. Now, 19.3 seconds. There's surely going to be a timeout now because both coaches will have to say, right, we got to work something out here because this is where our tactical expertise will come to the fore. The coach, Odadu of Rivers Hoopers, has called the timeout, obviously.
The question always is, do you go for the tie or do you go for the win? And that, I guess, the coach Odadu is going to have to look at. He's got capable three-point shooters who can knock down the long-range shot, but he also has a really great free throw shooter in Will Perry, who we've seen at 90% from the free throw line can make pressure free throws. Ideally, you want to try and go for the win. I think you're not necessarily looking for a tie here with the last possession.
You know, a tie, if you go into overtime here in this hostile environment, you know, as the team that don't have all of these thousands of supporters behind them, it will make it very, very difficult for you. You're going to have to go for the W. I'm pretty sure of it. Usher will tell us what they've been saying because she's over there listening in. This is a wonderful scenario, isn't it?
It is wonderful when you're not the one on the court, guys.
You're right there.
But Coach Ogo just wants them to inbound the ball correctly and get the ball to a shooter from the perimeter so that they take the lead. But they have to take care of the time. It's 19.2 seconds to go. Either they run out with the three-pointer or tie the game and go to overtime.
Yeah, and there's one player who I just want to look at and say he's got to be part of the plan. It is Peter Olusemeka. He has been outstanding. Are they going to get the ball to him or are they going to use Perry? Let's go. It's 19.3 seconds remaining. Perry picks it up, trying to go around. Oh, he's lost possession, but there's a touch there from Joma. They will get the ball back.
Some nervy moments. Perry had a couple of opportunities to get the ball on the pass. Comes off the foot. They still have possession. 5-second differential between the shot and the game clock.
15.1 seconds remaining. Perry. And wait, there's Diakite. Flapping around to try and stop the ball from reaching its destination from Will Perry.
And now
another timeout, right?
It's a referee's timeout.
Yeah, they want to discuss this. They want to assess this to see if it's a foul of any kind. I think this is my interpretation. Or they just get the ball back and they just get it back as the Rivers Hoopers ball on the sideline.
It has to be around the situation with Perry and the Toma, that incident where the ball goes out of bounds, and so they now maybe also talking about the game clock and the shot clock, I suppose.
They could be talking about loads of things. No, but seriously, this is tense. This is super tense. And look at the scoreline. You know that Hoopers will have to do something, and they have to pull off something big today in this vital moment.
Well, a decision has been made here, and a technical foul for crossing the line for Adama Diakite, and Will Perry, who had the ball, will be shooting on the free throw line.
Oh my, that is a massive, massive error from Diakite.
That's huge.
Will Perry, technical foul there. Confirmation, thank you, Usher. This is, wow. And AS Douanes will put themselves in jeopardy here. The first one is good.
And what that means now is that you don't need a 2, you don't need a 3 to win. All you need is a 2.
And now that they get possession, of course, and that's going to be vital. So it's just, this scenario is wild. But they've got to get the 2. 15.1 seconds remaining. There's a lot that can happen in 15 seconds. Here we go. Olasameka and the pressure. Toma. Will Perry gets it out. Amayo is the right time for a 3. Doesn't manage to get it. It's AS Douanes who pick up possession. 3.9 seconds remaining. And he's been fouled. Jean-Jacques Boissy. This is crazy.
And with 2 team fouls, they're not going to have enough time. They've got to foul quickly. It's not a shooting foul. It's going to be sideline out of bounds, or unless they choose to scale up the call.
Well, there's so much drama on the court side as Jan Davidson, the referee, has given a technical foul to the AS Douanes bench.
Wow. Another technical foul to the AS Douanes bench.
With a 1-point differential at the moment, we know what that means. Well, we thought that we had drama. We definitely have a large dose of it tonight. This is extraordinary. Official review will take place just to make sure that the decision is the right decision.
Well, this is a huge game-changing decision with 3.9 seconds left, and with the score just 1-point differential.
Well, the Rivers Hoopers on the cusp of losing. AS Douanes, they were in a prime position there at one point, you know, with 15 seconds left. Will Perry with the play, they needed to get a score at least to take this game into overtime, but that Diakite impeachment was obviously not what they wanted.
And with the official review, what it does do is it gives the coaching staff a bit of time to strategize and plan. It's almost like having a timeout while the referees go about making the tough decisions and choices about what's happening on the floor.
This is very important. This will have an effect on what happens right now between these two teams. And they want to get it right, of course. The two coaches, they've worked and tried to find the right tactics throughout. It's been a complicated game for both teams. And Usher, I think we can come over to you now.
Well, there is a common foul, and Boissy will have to go and shoot on the other side, but a technical foul on the AS Douanes bench. And so shooting one.
That's all they need. And that's the thing. You know, it all comes from there, and you've got to keep calm. There you go, the one-shot scenario. And you can see that Will Perry is the person who's going to go to the line. And, of course, that sets everything up. But he's got to get it. And how much pressure is on this man's shoulders to draw level and take it potentially into overtime?
The crowd tells a story.
That was such a pressure cooker shot. We are all level at 54 points each. And the thing is, who gets possession now?
The foul, the common foul will hold, and it will be AS Douanes basketball because of the infringement that happened and them picking up their third team foul.
And with 3.9 seconds remaining, well, we've seen stranger things happen. This conference is conjuring up so much magic and mystery, drama and action, and it's been thrills and spills throughout.
We've already had one buzzer beater in this conference. Isn't there enough time for Coach Papigay to manufacture a play and get a shot off for one of his players on the floor, and perhaps another buzzer beater in this conference?
I know a guy from Niger who wears number 10 on his back who knows a little bit about long-range shooting. He might be the man. Will we see the Phoenix rise up again and hit a three-pointer, a two-pointer, whatever? It doesn't matter. Any kind of a score, I think, will, if they get it in, who knows what can happen.
If you're thinking about that man, does that man have 15 points in this game? Are we thinking about the same guy?
I think we actually are, Q. We're on the same page.
They certainly think he's going to play a big role. And if he's not the shot maker or shot taker, I'd be very surprised.
I would be super surprised. But 3.9, just, you know, that's, you've got to get your man in position. And that's what it's all about. But, you know, the BAL Coach of the Year 2023, he knows a little bit about, you know, coaching, so he'll know what to do. Asha, did you pick up on anything over there?
Well, you have a couple of shooters on the court for AS Douanes, Mike Fofana, Madut Akech, Boissy, and Haruna. They'll see in what direction that ball can go, but whoever has the ball can shoot that ball.
Here we go then. This is the last play. Mike Fofana tries to go around Ike, goes high. Can he get it? Oh, it's unbelievable! Oh, AS Douanes have done it! They've scored! They win! They beat the Rivers Hoopers! This is extraordinary! We have seen everything now! Now, unbelievable!
The Dakar arena erupts, and there is an official review on the shot made by Mike Fofana. Wow!
Just look at this again. He's got the biggest guy on the court in front of him, and he still gets it over the top. Fofana, the magician, the marvelous Fofana Fantastico.
There is the answer to the question. Do we have another buzzer beater in the conference? We sure do.
That is just extraordinary. How unbelievable. This is just, well, I mean, you know, what can you say? The BAL, it brings the best from Africa. You get game plays like that, and it just sends everybody into raptures. This is just buzzing here, Kim.
Unreal. Under pressure. Time running out. 2 technical fouls down the stretch. And you talk about big-time shot making under pressure. Mike Fofana